So, Thus Spoke Zarathustra was one of Nietzsche's greatest works, in my opinion, really the culmination of what he did in his life, as it was really his last great masterpiece. On the cover, as you can see, that looks to be Jesus, and I'll explain later why Jesus is much like Zarathustra. So really, we all kind of want joy in our lives, and we all want a place to really be happy. Happiness is really the ultimate goal. And what Zarathustra and Friedrich Nietzsche have kind of formed in this masterpiece, this novel, is that we can always obtain happiness, and we can always obtain this by doing the things we want to do when we want to do them. This is the concept of the Overman. Um, you might think the Overman, as stated in his book, is in human form, but I really thought of it as an idea that the Overman, you are able to obtain the Overman state by doing things that you want to do. For example, when the Overman wanted to go to the garden, he went to the garden and rested. Like Jesus, he went to the garden and prayed. The Overman also ate the fruits he wanted to eat. Biblical correlation, Adam and Eve. With Adam and Eve, that didn't work out too well, but it's not like the apple would have brought them joy. They knew it wasn't going to bring them joy. How it relates to our lives is this. Say, for example, I wanted to eat McDonald's, but I was in school. It makes me happy to eat McDonald's, so I'm going to drive to McDonald's and eat food, and I'll be happy. It's a simple concept, but no one in this world really embraces it because there's societal ramifications. Nietzsche's point is we don't need those. So moving on, really let's look at the character of Zarathustra. Zarathustra is all-wise and all-knowing. He's the ultimate being. Other beings sometimes try to test him, like they do in Jesus' case. They might say, Zarathustra, how could you sail when you don't have a boat? And Zarathustra says, I'd walk on water. Zarathustra is able to do this. He's the ultimate being. He always has an answer for everything. Some people have an answer for everything, but it might not always be right. Zarathustra is always right. So in that way, he's like Jesus. But there's also a sense of him that maybe isn't like Jesus. For example, he's kind of critical of religion in general. What I mean by this is he doesn't want people to really embrace religion as a whole because he feels it really serves no purpose on this earth. It doesn't necessarily bring us happiness, and because we don't always want to do the things our religion tells us to do. The church's argument to this is we need religion because it gives us happiness for an eternity. Another point brought up is that he's kind of just critical of rabble in general, people speaking without really knowing what they're saying, really ignorant people who speak without knowing. Our society pretty much encourages people to say whatever they want. Facebook, Twitter, millions of people who might not be smart enough constantly are telling us what to do, when to do it. And we don't have to listen to them. But Zarathustra is all wise, so his point is we can always listen to someone who's wise. To kind of wrap this up, really the concept of the Overman and Zarathustra in general is that we need to overcome ourselves to become happy. We need to be able to do the things that we want to do. And though it's not always easy, it's definitely rewarding. So this summer, it kind of inspired me to do things I want to do. And I think if you read Zarathustra, you might be a little confused, but overall, you're going to enjoy the book, and you're going to have a different perspective on life in general. Thank you.